Hey fellow Vault wearers, it's Angry Turtle and we just received another PTS update, and now it's looked like it is a version that is close to finished or maybe even finished at this point. Then let me start from some good news, and first of that, if you remember my earlier updates about those punch card machines, there were some severe bugs causing your perk cards to unequip every time you swap the perk loadout. Now it seems to be fixed, like if I swap from my heavy gunner to my crafting set and then I open the perks, they all correctly equip. If you do not remember what was the bug, like in case of me having in here luck 5 legendary, all 5 points of luck will unequip itself. Like I was constantly getting class freak and star genes unequipped whenever I swap the loadout. It seems that it was resolved and it's working as intended. There as well a patch note, so I would almost forgot to mention that. I will show you on the screen for a moment. There is not too much interesting stuff there, mostly just a minor bug fixes and related to a lot of stuff with displays and apparel for your allies, for the mannequin, some other stuff. The one is good if you look in here for daily ops operation report. Fix an issue that could cause the rare rewards section to appear blank instead of displaying the player's proper rewards. Then it was a bug that is finally supposedly fixed and no longer blank rewards will appear. You will always see your rewards in there. And there's one more interesting thing. I was investigating that about the map. Corrected the map that appears when using a targeting computer to launch a nuke. And something definitely changed. I will show you in here. Like me launching a nuke. Something is different. I didn't compare side by side, but definitely feels that the colors and maybe some markers were updated. Plus, on top of that, if you target a fissure site prime, there is no this pulsing marker around the fissure site. I don't know why, but I did test it. I launched the nuke and I nuked the Scorchbeast Queen and she spawned correctly, then it's working. There is just no pulsing marker in there. And as we are on the topic of Scorchbeast Queen, I was doing testing and she can be crippled as always. Nothing changed there. I was hearing some reports that it was nerfed again, but no, not the case. I was able to cripple her wing without any issue. Now, what else I was testing is, you know what was happening with Vampire, yeah? The Vampire was not really working for a while, and I was testing it. I was testing it with this Legacy Vampire weapon. It's healing now exactly the same like on the live game version. At least I do not see any difference. It's still OP, like Legacy weapons were not nerfed. They still work in exactly the same way as on the live version of the game. And shotguns were finally fixed. I mean, the changes seems to be just reverted. Like Vampire, you remember my first video was barely working at all on my first. Then it was like partially fixed and shotguns were still struggling. But on this version of the patch, shotguns are working again as on the live game version. Therefore, you are getting healed per every single projectile that shotgun will fire. Then I was testing that and it's fine. And now about the healing with friendly fire. That still doesn't seem to work very well. There it is. If you look on friendly fire, I was testing that. And I was testing on NPC. Because it is working on your teammates, if you play on the team, but no one is using it for teammates. We are always using it to heal friendly NPC, like animals at Project Paradise, friendly Brahmins, or something like that. But then this doesn't seem to work at all. I will show you a quick footage. It actually sometimes works for me with Molotovs. Then the only thing that listed on the perk card that it shouldn't work, it's sometimes for me actually working, but it's not consistent. Like I think my first Molotov healed by quite a bit, and then the second Molotov did nothing. Then I have no clue what's going on about the friendly fire. We'll see what will be the progress and what will be happening. In the same time, like the question I was getting from you so often, can you photo mod through the doors inside the missile silo? And the answer is yes, you still can. I will not give you tutorial how to do it. It's not the point of this channel because, like Bethesda stated, is clear that officially any exploit is not allowed and can possibly get you banned, therefore I do not promote them, even though they didn't actually ban anyone for using this particular exploit. But Bethesda is quite different than other developers, like for example, People Can Fly and Outriders then clearly stated that using exploits cannot get you banned or punished. Then that's totally two different books of approach. Then the one game exploits are fine, here officially are not, therefore I'm just mentioning it's not fixed, not giving any tutorials. And now about our beloved no ammo shredding minigun. It seems to be working perfectly fine. Still quite OP. Still quite OP. And this is a faster fire rate that this does nothing. I do not have on me the bashing one. Yeah, it is working. It's a little bit harder to test the healing. Let me try. I unequip Born Survivor and heal some of my rats. That should allow me to see how the healing is going. Yeah, it's healing again as it used to. Insane healing is back at the damage and zero ammo consumption. Yep. Daily op with resilient enemies are yours again. I mean still yours because the nerf never made it to live game version luckily. So you can see, yeah, it's working. As well, while using a lot of spin-up weapons and stuff like that, I was experiencing occasionally some really odd like sound bugs, but as I didn't found any reports on the forums, then I'm guessing it may be just coincident and it's not actually the problem. We'll see, because I didn't found a single report about sound issues then and sound bugging out. Then I was probably just unlucky. Then just to go quickly over stuff that we are getting, the cam slots are in here and those are working. Punch card machine and issues related to that seems to be currently all fixed and it's working nicely. Camp displays and displays in shelters seems to be working as intended, and couple issues that were in there was addressed. As you can see, I have those mannequins. Mannequins are quite cool for shelter. That's basically the only way to simulate any life inside of them. Those are very useful, and if you are not up to date, the power armor display is currently delayed and not coming on 27th of April. Then it will be later, we don't know exactly when. This world activity, the new updated icon that we can see on the map, seems to be fixed as well because all the Nuke Blast events were on the top. Now it seems to be sorted correctly and we have daily ops, public event, and then information about existing Nuke Blast zone on the bottom. What's really good. About daily ops themselves, they seems to be working as intended at this moment. Unfortunately, currently there is uplink, then that's nothing new about of the place. Then I cannot show you how it's working. But yes, daily ops seems to be sorted, and if you do not know, some of the rewards from the rare pool were moved to uncommon pool. Therefore, it should be a little bit easier to unlock those new rewards. Not much easier, like 1% easier. Then about the mass crafting functionality, it seems to be working perfectly fine on the latest patch. At least I didn't encounter a one problem yet, and I didn't see any important reports that anything is off or something. Then mass crafting seems to be working as well. Therefore, by the look on everything, the only issue that I found that it's really quite troubling. It's the friendly fire, not healing your friendly NPC on the events. Apart from like single heal from the Molotov, that should be the one thing that do not work. Then I don't know what's going on with that. Is it intended? Is it still bugged and will get fixed? I don't know. But overall, as all those bugs seems to be squashed at this point, and futures that we are getting with next patch in like 10 days from now seems to be all fixed. Therefore, I'm optimistic here and I hope there will be no delay, as I don't see a reason to make a delay. Everything seems to be mainly working. Of course, there can be some bugs that we'll find later when it goes live, or a new bug will appear when it goes live that's not existing on the PTS. Who knows? It's always possible, but at this moment it's looking good. Then that's what I wanted to share with you guys. And I need to say, I can't wait for the new stuff. I want the new stuff as soon as possible. And now, as always, thank you a lot for watching and see you guys in the next one.